Hi everybody, I have something really fun to show you today. Check this out. What does it look like? It looks like a classic Macintosh computer, right? And you're thinking, oh yeah, that's cute. It's a little model, but it's way more than a model. This thing actually works. And I'm going to put works in quotes because it's not a Mac computer, but boy, does it look like one when it is turned on. So I'm going to show you the pico-mac-nano from 1-bit Rainbow. Let's go take a really closer look at this little guy. Alrighty, here it is. It has a 3D printed case that looks really close to the color of the original Macintosh. It's got a little slot here for a disc. That's just for show, of course. It's missing the little Apple logo. It's got some little vents and on both sides, and then it's got a USB-C port for power, and it has a micro SD card slot so that you can flash the OS, which I believe this is running on some type of Raspberry Pi. I'm not sure. I'll have to put that right here if I'm wrong. But let's see what it can do. So first of all, I bought this myself, my own money. They did not send it to me for free, so it's not sponsored. I also bought this from them. It's a Y cable, and what you do is you plug one end of it into the USB port, and then you got a USB-A connector right there for a mouse. Yes, I told you this thing works. So let's plug that in. Plug that in right here, like that. And then the other end is for power. And I have this, power brick thingy right there. So we're going to use that. Just going to pull this like so. I'm going to plug it in. And then I am going to hold this up here so you can see what happens when I press the power button. Let's see, it's going to turn on. And check that out. Let me see if I can get closer. There we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look like the interface for the Mac? And like I said, it's got a mouse, so watch this. Look, it's got a mouse pointer. But that's not it, guys. Look, I can click on something, double click, and it opens it up. It's like a little aliens game. Is that cool? Now I can't remember how to get back out of this. Uh-oh. How do I get out? I think I have to press one of these buttons on the back. There's like a B button and an R button. I can't remember. Okay, that button didn't do anything. Does this one do something? Okay, I think that turned it off and... Okay, that just rebooted it. All right, so let me show you something else. Look, there's the Finder. Look at that. And you can move the windows around. Can you see that? I hope you can see that, guys. Is that the coolest thing ever? And you can close it. Look, close. And it's really hard to see the screen. What's this? Okay, well, that didn't work. But see, look, it goes right back to the OS. It is so cool because you can move stuff around. It's got menus right there. Look at all that. Is that so fun? I think it's so fun. Can you do what about the look? I mean, come on. If you like retro Mac stuff, Apple stuff, you're going to love this little thing. Now, I never had one of these myself, but when I worked for Cummins Electronics back in the early 90s, we went on strike. And, I had to pay the bills. So I took a job in Columbus, Indiana, where I lived, for a local company that had the very first internet T1 line in Columbus. And they had this set up in their basement, okay? And I took a job to help them, and they had these Mac computers, and that was my very first experience with one, and I fell in love. And of course, now I have a MacBook. I've had MacBooks and iMacs ever since, oh, the last 10, 12, 15 years, and I just love them. But this is so cute. Now, you can buy one directly through One Bit Rainbow, but it won't come assembled. You have to assemble it yourself, but it's a kit, and it's like $82 US. And it's probably not hard to put together if you're a nerd like the rest of us watching this channel, right? One Bit Rainbow also has plans to make a replica of the mouse that was used with the original Macintosh. Remember that one-button mouse? Now that would be cool if they made like a really small version that would work with this and control it. That would be amazing. And they have plans to make a working version of Mac Paint that will work on this. So yeah, so then it would be a real working computer. But as it is, I think it's super fun. And anybody who loves retro tech, and especially Apple stuff, would love to have one of these, I bet. So I'm going to put the link in the description below. If you want one, you can order one yourself. And look at this. It's the papa of this one. And no, this one isn't from One Bit Rainbow. This is from RayQ, and I bought this too. And it's not a working computer, but it is something else. It's a clock. If you want to know more about this one, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll make a quick video of this if enough people want to see it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have some plans for some more retro tech content, so don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.